Hi guys, in this video we are going to learn how to draw the level curves and what's the meaning of level curves. So first of all, you need to know how to draw this graph in for the two independent variables with and the function of that two independent variables. We have already learned that in our previous videos. If you haven't watched that video, please take your time and watch that video. So after that only we can learn about the level curves. So I hope now you can draw these curves, draw this graph. So let's demonstrate how it's going to be in that GeoGebra software. So if you use the GeoGebra software, and please try to sketch this graph in your own, and if you check that in the GeoGebra software, it's going to be like this. So let's say the red and green are x and y axes, and the blue one is z. So here now we are going to learn how to plot the level curves. So what the level curve is simply means is, let's say if the value of z, when some values for this value, so let's say the z, when z is equal to 2, you can actually draw a circle on that. If you actually take this where a plane parallel to xy, let's say you have taking the plane parallel to xy when z is equal to 2, so I'll mark that and show it that in the graph. So if I make a graph, so if I make a plane parallel to xy and z is equal to 2, actually you can see that we are getting a circle shape of that red one. So it's like this. So circle shape of this actual graph, that is equal to x squared plus y squared, and if we take a certain point where that is equal to 2, we are going to get a circle. So what's the level curve actually mean is, we are going to draw this part, let's say when the z is equal to 2, in the xy plane. Actually it's not in the xy plane, it's above that xy plane, which is parallel, which is going throughout this second point. But when we are doing the level curve, what it means is, it will give the value in that circle. It's actually a circle in that graph. We are going to figure it out if it's in the same plane, in that xy plane, how it's going to look like. Let's say it's going to be like this, which means now we are not considering the z part. If when the z is equals to 2, actually we are not going to draw this z is equals to 2 in this position. Rather than that, we are going to bring that to this xy plane. So this is known as level curve. So we are going to actually substitute a fixed value for the z's, and after that we are going to draw the graph. So for an example, let's check for z is equals to 4. So now you can see, oh, so sorry. So give me a minute. So here, so let's delete this z is equal to 2 now. So actually you can see over here, when z is equal to 4, we are getting a circle, a similar circle, but the radius is higher at the at when the z is equal to 4. But when we are using, what's the meaning of level curve is, we are going to bring back that z is equal to 4 to this xy plane. So if I drew like this, it's like a circle on this xy plane. So why we are drawing like this? What's the use of this graph is, when we are actually drawing for a graph for 4 variables, actually it's difficult to use the 4 axes. So what we can do is, actually we are going to draw the level curves and understand how it's going to be. So in a simple terms, if it's like, if it's seeing that shape from the bottom or upside. So it's going to be circle. So that's the simple thing. So level curves are the curves which is representing the values of the graph in the xy plane. Rather than plotting it in the according to the z-axis, we are going to plot that in the same plane. So when is that is equal to 4, let's say this is like a circle in xy plane. Likewise, when z is equal to 2, it's going to be a smaller circle than that. So if I plot that in this xy plane, we are going to get like this. So this is the main idea. So level curves is used to is used to show the graph in the same xy axis. I hope you have now clearly understood that. So uh, try to imagine how the level curves are going to be for this graph, that is equal to x squared plus y squared. Please pause the video and imagine how it's going to be. So if you take this plot, I hope you have easily understood, it's going to be a circles in each level. So if you take this that is equal to 0, actually we knew that x and y are 0, so it's going to be a dot. Let's say you are taking another point, you can take any points. So let's say you are taking this that is equal to 1, it's going to be a circle. So if I draw that in the xy plane, it's going to be a circle. Likewise, if I draw for this point, let's say this is going to be like this. So which means it's going to be circles in the xy plane, and the radius is going to increase when the values of z is increased. So now let's move to the uh, whiteboard and see how to find the equation for level curves. So actually, as I have already mentioned, you can plug any values for z and draw the level curves. So for that reason, let's say k is a constant rather than putting a variable name like that. What we are going to do is we are going to plug a constant for that z value, and we can write it like this: x squared plus y squared is equals to k, or we can mark it like so. Okay, that's k. So now we can plug any value for k. So let's mark it for 0. K is equal to 0, which means x squared plus y squared is equal to 0. So it's going to be 0 in that xy plane. It's going to be a dot in that xy plane. So likewise, let's plug the value of 1 in for the k. We are going to get x squared plus y squared is equals to 1 rather than z. If we having the value of z, which means we need to actually consider this axis. So if we plug the value 1 for this, a constant for this, we don't need to see this z axis. We are going to get the same value for x and y, but we are going to plot it in this xy graph, xy axis, xy plane. So that's very simple. We are going to actually get the z part in the same plane. So if you draw for k is equal to 2, it's going to be another circle with another radius. It's going to be root 2, I think. So it's going to be like this. So it's going to be circle. So this is known as level curves. Uh, Actually, it would be useful to draw the graphs for more than 3 or 4 variables. So that's why we are learning what's mean by the level curves and how to understand it very clearly. So it's also very useful to look like this rather than drawing the actual curve. Actually, you can figure it out when the x and y values are presented over here. You can tell it's going to be like a circle when z is equal to 2. However, it's in the z is equal to 2, but we have drawn in the xy axis, xy plane. However, it's going to be in the z axis, but we have shifted to xy plane. So it's easy to show to that user too. I hope you have clearly understood it. If you have any doubts, please comment it below. Thank you for watching.